Hey everyone, Riley here with Swell Van Co, and today we will be assembling your electrical column. So your electrical column is essentially the central hub for all your electrical componentry and your switches. It comes in three basic parts. Your electrical column sides, two parts there, left and right, your central electrical column, and your electrical column faceplate. Now this faceplate is pre-wired with all the componentry that our customer will be receiving. However, your faceplate may look different depending on which switches and componentry will be in your special van. Now, assembling this electrical column is very simple. It uses lock dowel H clips, which are nice and easy, just slot lock dowels. So to get this going, we'll take some liquid nails here. Go ahead and squirt some into the slots of your lock dowels, and just the slots, no need to do the holes. You'll go ahead and take whichever side you are installing first, line it up, the lock dowels up with the slots, and insert it into the electrical column. May take a little bit of banging to get them in, but it ensures that there's a nice snug fit. Alrighty, and after you get one side on, just make sure to go ahead and wipe off any excess liquid nails that may have snuck through. Sweet. And then go ahead and just repeat the process for the next side. Awesome, and each side's lock dowels have a unique slot orientation. So the right side will not fit on the left side. And you can see here how the slots and pins line up with their corresponding lock dowels. So you just go ahead, line them up, get the process going. Go ahead and tap in the rest. Great, now that you have your electrical column assembled, you go ahead and take your faceplate, put the wires in, and get it lined up so it's nice and square with the center of your electrical column. We go ahead and we snag some screws and screw your faceplate onto the column itself. I like to start with the corner just so I can have some adjustability left to right to make sure that the faceplate itself is nice and even across the entirety of the column. All right, now that you got your faceplate on and your column assembled, you can go ahead and install it in the van, which we'll show you here. In your kit will be included the electrical column, some button head screws, and about 5 catches. And then some additional tools you'll need are a power drill, some painter's tape, and some paint for marking out the locations of the holes of your electrical column. So now that we got our materials laid out, we're going to go ahead and start this install process. All right, now the first step for installing your electrical column is to connect your catches. Go ahead and take 3 of your catches and lay them out evenly spaced along the inside wall of your electrical column. Once you get them about where you want them, go ahead and take your drill, button screw, start screwing them in. We like using the slotted hole, the tolerance hole, during this install process because that allows for some adjustment along the way. We also like to have a little bit of overhang with the latch part of the catch. This allows the catch to connect to the wall nice and flush and evenly. Alrighty, Now that you got your one side of your electrical column fully catched out, you go ahead and flip it over and do the other side. Now you'll notice a few cutouts along, well actually both ends of the electrical column. You want to avoid placing any catches in those areas as they are there to accommodate different componentry as well as the geometry of the van. So we'll take our last two catches, place them on the other side from your upper and lower ones, and screw those in. Great, now that you got your catches installed in your electrical column, you go ahead and start prepping the van for the next step of this process. All right, now to mark out the hole slots for the latch part of your catches, it's important to lay out some painter's tape on your wall panel. This avoids any unnecessary mess and any damage to your wall panel later on in this installation process. Go ahead and just line it up with the cutouts of your van wall panels, as this is where the electrical column will sit. We're going to go ahead and dry fit our electrical column just to make sure that the tape's in the right spot, because it would be a real bummer to get paint all over your brand new wall panels. Looking good. Gonna go ahead and paint up the faces of these latches, specifically around the hole slots, so we can translate those holes onto the wall so we know where to drill and install these bad boys. Let's go for it. Cool. Let's translate these holes. Yeah, Steve, right behind you. It's like Pearl Jam. You ready? Go ahead and give your electrical column a nice firm press against the wall. I like tapping it a few times just to ensure good contact with the tape. Just work your way down. All right, so now that we got the holes translated onto the tape, we could go ahead and start pre-drilling. Now, sometimes the holes don't come out perfect, but if you at least get one of the holes outlined on the tape, it will eventually line up when you actually go to put the latch on. Let's go ahead and pre-drill. Now that the holes are pre-drilled, you could go ahead and snag the catches on the latches and install them on your wall panel. You go ahead and take the latches off of your catches, go ahead and wipe them down and get any excess paint off. All right, once all the excess paint's wiped off of the latches, go ahead and take them off. We'll go ahead and start installing them inside the van using those button head screws. One thing to be mindful of when you're installing your latches is their orientation. If it is on the right side of the electrical column or towards the back of the van, your latches will face up. And if they are on the left side of the electrical column or towards the front of the van, the latches will face down. Otherwise, you'll just have to flip them around. Not the biggest deal if you get them wrong the first go around. Just go and flip them over and you'll be good to go. Great, now that you got your latches installed into your wall panel, you go ahead and test fit your electrical column just to ensure that the catches line up with the latches. If they do, you can go ahead and install your set screws in the catches. And everything's good first go around. Go ahead and take the electrical column off, install those set screws. You'll be ready to go. It just ensures that everything sits nice and snug and doesn't move on you as you're driving down the road. Bam. Set screws in. Let's go ahead and do the final install. Just like that, your electrical column's installed. Things to be looking for are flushness between the wall panels and the electrical column, and making sure that there's enough space to accommodate any sort of componentry in those cutout slots we mentioned earlier. Now that everything's good to go, you can go ahead, wire up your electrical panel, and be on your way. Thanks for watching.